And welcome back. In this video, I'm up way earlier than I should be. As you can see, I have myself some coffee right here, otherwise known as poop juice. I'm doing this video, it's not really what I normally do, but I took inspiration from another YouTube channel called Big Dog 50001 Automotive. That's his channel right there. I'll put a link to it in the top right hand corner of the screen. He has a great DIY channel, and occasionally he'll put up videos of tools that he recently purchased. And I love watching videos like that because it just gives me ideas or tools that I didn't think were as useful as they really are until you see someone else's opinion on them. The only downside to that is it really seems to hurt my wallet. So okay, so let's get started with the first tool I have here, which is this right here. It's just an oil filter socket, and this one is specific to Toyota and Lexus. Now, I could have gone to my local AutoZone and picked one of these up, and they're not very expensive at all. But I found it online for just a few dollars cheaper, and I was in no rush to get it, so why not save a few dollars, right? But it's very sturdy, very thick gauge steel or some sort of metal. Oh my god, that's my stomach. That's the poop juice working already. I could. By the way, I could smell coffee, and it makes me have to go. That's it. I don't even gotta drink it. If I just smell someone brewing coffee, that's it. I'm in the bathroom. Yeah, I know it sucks. But the thing on this is I was doing an oil change on a Toyota that needed one of these recently, and I had to turn down the job because I didn't have, it was under, the cap was under so tight and I didn't have the correct socket for it. I couldn't get it off. So I had to turn down the job. A little cheap or inexpensive socket cost me a little oil change job. So let's move on to the next tool. And the next tool we have here is specifically for Volkswagens and I think Audis, and it's to drain the oil out of the cartridge before you actually remove it to remove the filter. Some people find this tool as useless because there are ways around it, but I'm all for you know, making the job easier and neater, cleaner, if you will. And it wasn't very expensive. Again, eBay. And also what I'm going to try to do is any of these tools I have, I'm going to try to find a link for them on Amazon, and I'll have everything in the description. So check the Amazon description. And here goes Thomas's channel. He works mainly on Volkswagen and Audi, and his channel was one of the first channels that I actually seen this tool on. So I got the idea from him, and I'm looking forward to using it. Okay, so the next thing up is a set of pliers. Now, I did purchase them separately. Let's start with this one. It's Duralast. I'm sure everyone knows it's from AutoZone, and it's nothing special. It's just I did not have, well, let me start off here, okay? You know how AutoZone has the rewards program? You know, you buy 5 things at $20 or more, and you get an extra, or they give you $20 on your account to use inside the store. So that's where this came from. I had $20, and I'm just, you know, browsing through the aisle, and I don't have a set of tongue and groove pliers like this of this size. I have larger ones, but I do not have smaller ones like this. And when you have as many tools as I do, it's really hard to find a tool that you don't already have, even though tool buying seems never ending. So there's really nothing special about this. It's just I picked them up because I did not have a 6-inch version of these, and I had money on my AutoZone card, so why not, right? Now these, I believe I got these off Amazon, and yep, you can see what they're for right there. I don't know if that'll pick up on camera, but they're actually for removing hose clamp pliers. They're just for removing hose clamps. They're called hose clamp pliers. But as you can see, everything's still new, so I have yet to use them. But let's see how they work out. I've never really used a set like this, so I don't know if there's a difference. I'm sure they do work better, but we will definitely find out. Let's see. I'm pretty excited about these, really. I don't know why, I just am, because hose clamp pliers, why do I keep saying hose clamp pliers? Hose clamps can be sometimes in the weirdest places and very difficult to get to, and your pliers just always seem to like slip off of them. So, yep. Next we have something straight from the mainland. It only took about 2 months to come in, but there you go, Vessel Bits, Osaka, Japan, the good stuff. So you're probably wondering why I bought these, and it's because, you know, those impact screwdrivers, the one that you mainly use to remove like the Phillips screw on the rotor that are usually like rusted in. Now, I don't have a very expensive one, okay? I have just like cheap, either AutoZone or Harbor Freight version of that impact screwdriver, and the bits that are supplied with it are obviously very cheap, low quality bits, and they break all the time. I mean, I have purchased maybe like 3 of those things so far simply because the bits keep breaking. So now I have like 3 impact screwdrivers that are perfectly fine. They all work, it's just the bits keep breaking. My most recent one that I purchased, the first time I pulled it out to use it, the bit broke. and it's always the same one. It's always the Phillips because it's the one I use the most. So I decided to spend a few bucks and try out these Vessel ones, since I hear they're great quality. Especially, I mean, you see something like Japan, you know they're a quality product. So I'm hoping these last much longer and the tip doesn't break like on those cheaper ones. Next up, we have some lube. It's not really a tool per se, but it still helps, and it's still part of your arsenal when you're working on cars. I decided to buy this tub of it because dielectric grease can be really expensive, especially when you're buying in those little tubes, and then you can never really find them anywhere. You know, I always seem to lose them, or a lot of it just ends up getting wasted. So I bought this, and I'm actually really excited about this too. So nothing special, just dielectric grease. Let's move on. Okay, some of you may have already seen this item in one of my previous videos. It's one of the items that I'm doing a giveaway on, and I actually went out and purchased one for myself. So there isn't much to say about this. It's just an anti-fatigue kneeling pad. Just really good for taking care of yourself, you know, so you're not kneeling on the concrete or I don't know, snow, water, whatever. It's not much surface area, but it's better than nothing. So I do have my much larger macro version of this, but sometimes you just need to you know, kneel down to like maybe look underneath the car, or sometimes I'm just too lazy to grab my big one because it's already like covered in tools on the other side of the vehicle. So I just grab this one as I come around to the other side, like say I'm doing a brake job or something. So yeah, I just picked one up for myself. And by the way, the giveaway is happening very soon. Okay, so here's another item that I have not opened up yet, and it's from Astro. I'm very fond of Astro. I found that the tools are very high quality. I have not had a single problem with any Astro tool I have purchased to date. The reason why I bought this is because it's a master set. It has most likely everything you're going to need, and I just really hate those situations where you have a car in the garage, you're trying to get a job done, and you realize you don't have the correct tool to remove one of these quick disconnect lines or something like that. And you guys try to make a run to AutoZone, and let's just say AutoZone doesn't even carry the tool you have, or any other place, you know, O'Reilly's, whatever. So this is one of those tools that, you know, I'm gonna buy it right now. It was pretty inexpensive actually, so I figure I'm gonna buy it right now, even though I don't need it right now, but I know one day it's gonna save my bacon. Okay, so a little bit more on this one. Another reason why I bought it is because that situation that I just described to you, it actually happened to me. Now, I've never really owned tools like this, okay? I've never really had any of it in my toolbox. So one day I had to disconnect a fuel line on a vehicle, and obviously I didn't have the correct tool, and I don't want to, you know, damage any of the fittings by trying to work around it by using like a pick or a screwdriver or something. So I went to AutoZone, and I actually purchased these four right here. They come in a kit from AutoZone. The thing is, I think I paid, if I remember correctly, about $20 for these four tools right here. Okay, and sure, they did the job. The problem is, I think this whole set cost me somewhere around $32, something like that. So you see where I'm getting at with this. You get all of this, all 15 pieces, for like 32 bucks. And if you go to AutoZone, and if you bought everything individually, you'd probably be spending close to about $100. So this is why I picked this up when I just came across it on Amazon. Alright, you're gonna have to excuse me, the coffee, I mean poop juice, is kicking in, so I'll be right back. Oh, and sorry about the loud noise in the background, that's just the furnace. So, but here's another big box tool. Now this one I actually have used, so obviously it's not brand new in the package, but it is a new tool. It's another Astro tool. And here it goes in all its glory. So, trying to use the force to keep that up right there. Okay, so this is a cooling system pressurizer thingamajiggle. Basically it has every single adapter for, I don't want to say every single adapter, but let's just say it's designed to fit most vehicles, because I'm sure there are some vehicles where there's no adapter for inside of this kit. But it works great. I know they make like cheaper knockoff versions like Harbor Freight and eBay and stuff like that, but there are some solid reviews on YouTube comparing the two. So it is kind of one of those situations where what you pay is what you get. And that's why I just opted for the Astro version, just spend extra money and get a nice quality tool that I know is going to work. and so far it's been working flawlessly. Ever since day one that it came in, I've been using it, and it saved me so much time already on diagnosing problems, finding coolant leaks and things of that nature. This right here is to pull a vacuum on the system, and that way you could evacuate all of the air out of the system, and then you put your tube in like a brand new jug of coolant, and it'll basically suck all of the coolant in once you go to release the pressure. And that's one way of making sure there's no air in the system when you're trying to, well, instead of bleeding it. I have not used it yet, and really I haven't had a situation where I need to use it. It seems like a lot of hassle, so I hope that I don't come across something like that, but it is nice to know that it's included in the kit in case I ever had to do something like that. Yeah, it's a great kit. I love it, and I know it'll last because it's an Astro product. Like I said, I haven't had one Astro tool fail me yet. So let's move on to the next item. Next up, we have the Molded Products Power Bleeder. Now, obviously, I've used it. I want to say I've used it twice since I got it, and so far I'm really liking it. It works really well. It's really great for when you're doing brakes and you're all by yourself. You don't have anyone to help, pump the brake pedal while you bleed at the calipers or anything like that. So this really eliminates all of that. Now you can purchase this thing with like one of their adapters. Say you want to get this for your specific vehicle, you can just buy it, one of the adapters that fits your vehicle, and that's it. And obviously it's going to cost less. But I opted out for the one that comes with all of the different adapters for different vehicles, obviously because I work on different vehicles. So as you can see, some of them are opened up already, like this one, and this one is open, and this is just, as you can see, it has all different kinds of adapters to work with different vehicles. So far I'm really liking it. The one thing I don't like is how you have to fill this up with brake fluid. And the reason for that is because they say not to leave the brake fluid sitting in a container, so I kind of find it a little bit messy that I have to keep transferring brake fluid. Especially like one of the bigger bottles that I just opened up to work on the car, and you don't use all of it, so now your container is open. But it is what it is. It's one downside. You just have to handle a bit more brake fluid than you normally would because you have to fill this up. But other than that, it works great. I managed to get really good brake pedal feel out of it, and it just gets all of the air out of the system, whereas sometimes you could easily spend a lot of time trying to get air out of a system when this thing just kind of pushes the air right out. So I think this is not the end of the video. I'm waiting on, I think, one more tool, but it has not come in yet. So the magic of editing, you'll see it in about 5 seconds. Nothing special, just it's the last tool in the lineup. Okay, so apparently I lied. It looks like I bought some tools that I completely forgot about, and it's actually a few days later now, so I've actually gone out and bought more tools. But it's a real problem. I'm unhappy because I buy tools, and I buy tools because I'm unhappy. So what we have here next, it's just some little cheapo extractors, if you will. Nothing fancy. Got these pretty cheap, that's why I just throw them in the cart. So that's that. Move on to the next item. Here we have a set of gloves. Nothing crazy. I was looking for something that would kind of keep me warm since we're in winter, yet my palms don't get wet, because I have a lot of times where people call me and I gotta go outside and they just want me to like inspect a noise or something like that. So I find myself like jacking up the car, and at that point it's already either full of snow or it's all wet. So I usually get my hands wet and things like that. So I thought something like this might come in hand. And yeah, they're small. Don't judge me, okay? I got small hands, and just I've accepted it. I've learned to live with it. I can't stand gloves that fit loose. I'm sure you feel the same way, but I like gloves. Like, sure, I could go with a medium, but I like very tight fitting gloves. It just makes me feel like I could get a lot more done. So let's move on. So as you can probably tell, I raided my local Home Depot. But still, I'm gonna try to find links to this on Amazon for these same items. But yeah, I picked these up, and it's just because they're so cute. No, I'm joking. They're actually smaller than my 6-inch ones that I just showed you. So I figure, 4.5 inch, why not? Fits into tighter places, right? And I'm not gonna bother opening this up because it's in that plastic that we all just love. Picked up some more of these. I already have a set, but I keep losing them. So they're dirt cheap, so why not, right? Now, excuse me while I whip this out. Oh, wait. Yep, got myself a Dremel. I used to have a Milwaukee rotary tool, but that piece of junk just kind of broke on me, so I had to get it replaced. Now, normally I like to stick with Milwaukee products since I already have their batteries, but I've heard good things about this one, and I don't use it often, so the little bit that I do get to use it, I think it's fine using a different brand, especially if it's a good quality tool. I had bad experience with that Milwaukee one, and until they put out like version 2, I'm not gonna buy another one. So that's why I went with Dremel. And the big thing that drew me towards the Milwaukee one was the cordless aspect of it. So when I saw Dremel came out with a cordless version, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this. So as you can see, comes a courtesy of Home Depot, free blade marks on your box. Let's see if I can get this open. And this is not an unboxing video. It's just a video where I just happen to be opening up a box. Okay, so no unboxing going on here. You know, let's zoom out a little bit. It's good enough, I guess. How do you get this open? Nope, that's not how you open it. Okay, so we got the tool itself. There's already a battery on it. I'm sure it has some charge. Let's see. Okay, so it's funny because if you look at this, it looks a lot like Milwaukee's design. I'm sure the batteries don't fit, but they look very similar. I mean, it's kind of hard to reinvent the wheel when you're trying to fit like three double A's inside of here. It definitely feels more, it feels heavier than my Milwaukee one. It feels, I would say, even a little bit more well constructed. The plastic does feel cheap, but I mean, even the Milwaukee one felt like that. So you get a quick charger, which I think from the information I gathered online, it's like a 1 hour charger. And they do sell a kit that comes with 2 batteries, but I use a tool like this so little that I'm sure 1 battery will hold up for what I need it to. And they put a sticker on this to, you know, I don't know why, prevent you from stealing things, but that's what it comes with. And that's it. I'm not going to drag this one on much longer. Go ahead and close it up. I don't know, I already broke it. I can't get it to close. Okay, and next up we have the Relay Buddy Perl Test Kit. Again, I saw this on Big Dog's channel. I've seen it other places as well, but I was watching his channel when I got the idea to just pull the trigger and buy the tool. So it's a pretty neat tool for testing relays and things like that. The downside to it is, from what I understand, is it doesn't load a relay while it's testing it. I'm guessing all it tests for is continuity to see if the relay is switching open and close, you know, but it doesn't actually load test, which arguably is probably the most important part. And I'm well aware of that, but I still went out and bought it anyway. Okay, I opened it upside down. Alright, let's just go ahead and close this. The sticker on top really indicates this side is up. Got some instructions and some sweet warranty info. I don't like how the foam just kind of falls right out. So I open it and the foam still like this. I'm not sure I like that. But so all you would do is connect this or these leads onto your battery, and then you find the relay that corresponds with, you know, the, I don't know, the 3 different areas right here where you could put your relay in, and then you could switch from 4-pin or 5-pin. I expected this to be like plastic, just like red plastic, but it feels rubbery, you know, like it has a rubber overmode. It's actually nice. It feels a lot nicer than I was expecting. Okay. And these are just adapters. So you're gonna have certain relays where you can't plug them directly into here because of the way they're designed. So you would just use these adapters. Now you can buy this tool alone, meaning without these adapters right here, and that's why this one's called the Perl Test Kit, I'm assuming, is because it comes with all the adapters. So it is what it is. I'm gonna see how well it works and see how useful it is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and translate this for you. Procede de release buddy protest. Boom, nailed it. Moving on to the next item, and I promise you we're almost done here. I know you're probably tired of me just taking up your precious time. Okay, so the next tool we have is from OTC. Jesus Christ. Alright. And there you go. It's a pulley puller. Power steering pulley puller. Power steering. Oh, we got some more translation for you guys. Let's see. Where's my... Alright. Let's see. We have Je peux polir de pomper de seven direction. There you go, boom, I just spit some knowledge right there. So I already have one of these, but I have like a cheap Ching Chong Bing Bong one. And recently I was looking at some YouTube videos of someone doing one of these, you know, pulling the pulley off of a power steering pump. And they mentioned how the Ching Chong Bing Bong ones work fine. But sometimes you gotta be careful with them because the forcing screw, when it comes time to force the pulley back onto the shaft of the new pump, that the threads on it could get pulled out because it's such a cheap quality forcing screw. So I figured this was a pretty affordable kit, and I'd hate to have to be in that situation one day. And actually, it's almost happened to me once before, trying to press on one of those power steering pulleys, and you know, using my cheap kit, I did start to feel like the threads were getting damaged on the forcing screw. So although I don't need it right now, I bought it just because I could see myself having that problem in the future, and at that point I'm pretty much screwed, and I'll probably end up damaging like the customer's new parts or something, and then I'll have to pay out of pocket to replace a part or whatever. So I went with OTC. Good quality tool, it's affordable, so why not? Now I have one more tool, and this time I mean it really is just the last tool. Okay, so for this last tool, I thought about it long and hard. But I checked the tracking number on it, and it won't be here for like a week, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. It ain't nothing special. Just a set of extensions, wobble extensions. It's got 1/4 inch, 3/8, as well as 1/2 inch. Now I don't own a set of these, but I recently did a job where they would have come in handy so bad. I wish I had them. So just like any other job, you don't buy a tool until after you need it. So it'll be here in like a week. But that's it. That's all I bought. I know it looks like a lot of crap, and it really is a lot of crap. It's a lot of money as well. But, you know, without tools, you ain't getting anywhere. Having the right tools is half the battle. So, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like always, check out my Instagram. It's where I post all my updates. Consider subscribing. And thanks for watching. Yeah, they're small. Don't judge me, okay? Yeah, I got small hands, and just I've accepted it, you know? I've learned to live with it.